right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here at the MJS headquarters. Today is Sunday, July. I think it is July the. It's either July. I think it's July. It's July 6th. I'm sorry. And here today we are looking to see who is the most likely to win a world championship. So today we are going to be doing World Finals by the numbers. On paper, who is the most likely to win a title? I'm here to break all that down for you today. We are less than a week away from World Finals, so the media team thought it would be cool to put this together. So this is what we have for you guys today here at MJS headquarters, and let's get on going with our first competitor. We're only going to be doing main field. We are not doing LCQ, people, because it's unknown if they're going to be in the main field or not. Of course, we can't determine that until the competition happens. So the first driver is Adric Taylor in Metal Militia. Adric Taylor, let me say this, he is a great racer. Adric Taylor has a very strong racing record heading into the World Finals. If I could pull that stat sheet up, actually. He's coming in with a 13-5 racing record on the season. Very solid, one of the best that's in the league. And Adric Taylor's got a lot going for him. He has a lot to do, definitely. He is he is the runner-up from last World Finals. So he has a lot to do to really prove that, hey, I'm still here to perform. But also freestyle. He's a very good freestyler. He has, I think, like 2 to 3 freestyle wins. I'm not exactly sure, but he is arguably one of the heavy favorites to win a championship. A lot of people are saying this guy's gonna do it. This guy's gonna win it, and I couldn't agree more. So we are rating these out of 100%. I'm giving Adric Taylor a very strong 86% chance of winning a world championship. I know that's already a big number, but 86%. Adric Taylor, he knows what he's doing. He usually does not mess up. He has it together. So that is Adric Taylor, Metal Militia, 86% chance of winning a world championship. Up next is Jackson Camuso, Overkill Evolution. Let me say this. He is honestly in that good tier as well. He comes from the All-Star Stadium Series. This kid right now, he's coming into this event with a 13-8 racing record. Not too shabby, but really, he's got to make sure those losses don't catch up to him. However, racing, I feel like, is going to be his strong suit. Racing is going to be where he's going to be best at. I really also think freestyle is going to be a solid one for him. He actually is, he's always placing usually at the top of the leaderboard in freestyle, but he's more of a racer. He's been more of a racer all season, in my opinion. You could tell by his record, 13-8. That win-to-loss ratio is pretty good. I am giving Jackson Camuso a solid 73% of winning a world championship. I think he's got it in there. I wouldn't say he's a very top threat, but he's definitely up high on the list. Definitely. Jackson Camuso, Overkill Evolution. Up next is Tobias Arevalo in Gravedigger. Ladies and gentlemen, the 3-time MJS World Finals champion, now ready to try to win another one here in Inglewood. And I'm telling you guys, this guy's a racer. He is a racer and a freestyler, but he's been more of a racer lately. Tobias's record, it speaks for itself, ladies and gentlemen. A 20-8 racing record, tied for Doomsday for the best record in the league. And I'm just saying this right now, Tobias has what it takes to win a racing title. I believe he is one of the strongest chances to win it. And it's not because I'm repping this GD shirt. I really do believe Tobias, love him or hate him. Most people hate him, and even though I don't really like saying this, I do believe Tobias is going to be one of the toughest guys to beat. It's hard to catch him on a bad day. Freestyle, however, is kind of different. He's been kind of a little decreasing in these past couple weeks. But I am going to give Tobias, I'm going to be honest, I know this may seem like I'm glazing him, but I am not in my eyes. The numbers don't lie. Tobias Arevalo Gravedigger, 92%. I am throwing in a confident 92% Tobias wins a world championship this season. He may not, but from what the numbers show from at least racing stats, he has a strong chance. Up next is Ryan Connor in Lucas Oil Crusader, another all-star driver. Let me tell you guys, this kid, he's a mix of both worlds, racing and freestyle. He's improved ever since he joined, I think back in season 4. Excuse me. Really just, again, he's improved every season. And he has not won a world title yet. Could this be the season that he breaks through? Well, let me go by the numbers. Racing record that he has on the season is 7-7. Okay, so he's at 500 right now, so he's even win and loss ratio. But let me say this right now, freestyle. It's going to be freestyle, guys. I think is going to be a strong suit here in Inglewood, California. He's going to be rocking the house. He has crazy moves. And like 2 shows, he did crazy moves that we have never seen before from this kid. And I really think that's going to be a strong suit. I'm giving Ryan Connor 84% of a world title. This guy, he can. I feel like freestyle is going to be a strong suit. Ryan Connor, Lucas Oil Crusader, I feel like that's where he's going to land. Up next, this one's kind of an iffy one. Jackson Garcia in Team Hot Wheels Firestorm. I'm going to say this right now, not a racer. The record clearly shows it. The racing record, if I go and look, his record is 5-8. Not looking good for a racing championship, but freestyle on the other hand, he could maybe win it. I think he does have 1 win, and I actually think it is ironically a racing win, but he has a lot of potential. However, I feel like if he can just break through the negative, which is really what's been plaguing him, he's been having so much negative going on with him that he cannot really he hasn't been able to really get in his head to push through. So because of that, and because of the inconsistencies that we have been seeing him, no offense to Jackson Garcia, but I have to give him a 70% chance. Not a bad rating, but I don't think that he really has shown that he can break through just yet. So that is Jackson Garcia. Up next is Maximus Soto, a former racing champion, the World Finals 5 racing champion in Avenger. I'm going to say this right now. 7-7 racing record, if I am correct. Yes, I am right. Another 7-7 racing record. I'm going to be honest. This one's tough because I wouldn't say he struggled, but he's really not been able to get over the hump. Kind of like Jackson Garcia just has kind of hanged a little low and has not really been able to elevate. He's been living up to that racing title with some solid racing performances, but freestyle as well. He can have some great freestyle moments too, but he's a very big hit or miss. I think that with him being a hit or miss, and him struggling sometimes and doing good sometimes, it's very split decision. Max Soto in Avenger, 68% chance of winning a world championship out of 100. I think Max Soto's issue is his inconsistency. I feel like if he can have a good day, that percentage will be different. But until we can actually get to World Finals, I'm sticking with 68%. Also with the field that he's stacked against, that is unfortunately where I have to put him. Carson Kukowski and Grinders up next. Carson, oh boy, this one's a tough one to rank because Carson's racing record is, guys, I don't like to embarrass anybody, but Carson Kukowski in Grinder, 4-8. That is not a good racing record for Carson, considering he was a former runner-up, and especially also in World Finals 3, he did very good. World Finals 5, he was the runner-up. World Finals, it was 3, he lost to Cameron Ryder and El Toro Loco. Let me say this right now. Carson's got to stop the inconsistencies. It's hurting Carson. He can give a wow moment or two, but these inconsistencies have just not been there. What I mean by that is Carson hasn't been able to break through. I'm gonna straight up be honest, he has not even really, I would say, even gotten close. So because of that, Carson Kukowski needs to stop making careless errors and start actually getting his head in the game, because I don't think Carson's locked in enough. I really think this season he really has kind of underestimated himself. I mean, point standings he did okay, but I mean, you have to look at it. I don't think he got a single win, which that's not good for a guy like Carson. He's really a good driver, but he needs to stop with the inconsistencies. So because of that, Carson Kukowski, I hate to do this to him, but the only reason why I'm not putting him in the 50s is because I actually think he can win one if his inconsistencies stop. But his inconsistencies have been causing him so many issues. I have to give this dude 62%. I mean, this guy, he's gotta. I'm not trying to sound like a douchebag, but he's got to get his head out of his ass and lock in when he needs to in order to get that title. I mean, it's just how the numbers have shown. Up next is Robert Anthony in Gunslinger, a fan favorite. Will this finally be the season that Robert breaks through? He's like Jim Kohler, you know? Every year, you know, this was kind of the year where Robert placed pretty low. But Robert still got in through some decent performances here and there. However, racing record's 2-5 right now. Not good. Not good at all. That is the worst main field record for a driver right now. It is Robert Anthony. And yeah, his freestyle performances, majority, have not been good. I will admit, Robert Anthony has just not been mentally there. So because of that, I think Robert honestly is not going to really get close. I think Robert's chances of winning World Championship, honestly, I'm going 60% with Robert. I know it seems like I'm underrating him quite a bit, but the numbers don't lie, and Robert needs to prove that he can just compete with the big boys again. Like, Robert, he's a good driver, another good driver that I just feel like is really underachieving severely and just has not been achieving to what we know he can do. Robert Anthony, fortunately, he's kind of low there in the 60s.